the universe is trying to pull a blessing out of you. It's trying to pull you into your blessing, trying to pull you into this growth moment. It's trying to force you to rethink things, trying to force you to brainstorm new opportunities, new ways to approach this problem that you're facing. It's trying to force you to think outside of the box. And sometimes it takes negative circumstances to force greatness out of us. Good morning, heroes. This is Jarvis, your success and accountability coach. I just wanted to share a quick story with you about adversity and kind of just dealing with the challenges of life. You know, at the Morning Hero, we host and facilitate, morning accountability calls. And depending on when you're watching this, you may or may not be aware that there's this coronavirus going on. And it's really having an impact on people. It's changing up their lifestyles. It's having an impact on their families and their business, more importantly. Clients are canceling. And so on the call, in one of our accountability calls, people were sharing how this, virus was impacting their life and how it was impacting negatively their business because their clients were canceling and pulling out of contracts, and this mass, fear is going around, and they were just in this state of hopelessness and despair. And oftentimes in life, this happens where this coronavirus or, the adversities of life happen, or some external forces that you seem to not have control over seems to be happening. And you have no kind of control. You in this state of despair and kind of seem like a victim, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I want to share with you something powerful that really impacted me, and that has a really great way of turning your mindset when you get into that mode of everything is happening to you, that there's nothing you can do, that, why is this happening? Woe is me. Why is this always happening to me? I'll share this quote with you, and it goes like this. Things aren't happening to you. They're happening for you. Everything isn't just happening to you. It's happening for you, in your favor, in your benefit, on your behalf. And it's hard to see this at times, but I come from this train of thought, this philosophy that the universe is always working in my favor. Whether at that moment I realize it or not, whether on the surface I can tell the grand scheme of things, if I can tell all the pieces that's in motion, in that moment I might not be able to see it. It may seem like there's no way out of this. It may seem like, gosh, this always keeps happening to me. Why is this happening to me? And I may not realize that there's a chain of events that's in play. There's things that's in motion that I'll look back on that moment and see, wow, that actually benefited me in some way. Sometimes negative things happen to us, negative situations, situations of uncomfort and discomfort happen to us to force us to rethink things, to pushes us into other zones of discomfort, forces us and pushes us to grow in certain areas where we otherwise weren't growing, where we otherwise were stuck and stagnant. Sometimes we have to be forced into our blessing. It's hard to realize when it seems like things are just happening to us. It's hard to realize that they're actually happening for us, in our favor, for our benefit. That in the grand scheme of things, we're going to look back at that moment and see, wow, this really did play in my favor. This is what turns you from this victim mindset that, I have no control over anything that's happening right now. I might as well just curl up in a ball and cry in the corner, to this victor mindset where you'll become victorious. You'll reign from this. You'll emerge from the situation victorious. So how do you just, this is great to say and embody, but how do you actually do this in practice to go from this victim to victor in that situation? And it really comes down to a couple of things. One, first, acknowledging that this is happening to me. There's some reason I'm put in this situation. There's some reason that this is happening. Let me first acknowledge that there's a greater scheme in play here, and there's something greater blessing waiting for me on the other side of this. And let me now put things in motion so that I can really understand and take advantage of this situation that I'm in now. So first, do a full assessment and take inventory of what is it that you do have control over. Right? You don't have control over the external forces. You don't have control over, coronavirus, or you got, someone hit your car, or, maybe someone passed away in your family or that you're close to. You don't have control over these external forces. Acknowledge that. But then first say, you know what? There's a reason. The universe doesn't just do things in vain. There's a reason that this is happening at this moment in my life. All right. I don't have control over that, but what do I have control over? Okay. Once you fully assess that you do still have control over the things that you have control over, what is it that you have control over, and what can you do about it? More importantly, what can you do about it? All right, I don't have control over the fact that it's raining outside. I do have control over the fact that, okay, I have an umbrella. I have control over the fact that I can grab this umbrella, go out there and still make the most of things. There is a reason that you're going through this adversity. There is a reason that this happened to you. There is a reason, and the universe is trying to pull a blessing out of you. It's trying to pull you into your blessing, trying to pull you into this growth moment. It's trying to force you to rethink things, trying to force you to brainstorm new opportunities, new ways to approach this problem that you're facing. It's trying to force you to think outside of the box. And sometimes it takes negative circumstances to force greatness out of us. Recognize that. Take inventory of what you have control over, and then the most powerful part, do something different. You have control over some things in this situation. What are you going to do differently? What new idea, what new project, what new pathway are you going to take? Don't just sit in that stalemate, in that space, and wallow in your own sadness. You have control. The universe is trying to pull you into something great. It only does it with your effort. You have to do something different. Recognize that this is happening for you. This is happening for your benefit. You will emerge from this better than you did before, only if you do something different. I hope this encourages you today to know that everything doesn't just happen to you. It's happening for you to emerge in a better situation. Take time to take inventory of the things you have control over and do something different that's going to promote a different outcome. This is the Morning Hero challenging you to be great, do great, and achieve great things. I'll see you in the next video lesson.